industry experts, research scholars, and distinguished delegates, HODs, faculty members, and dear participants. A cordial morning to this esteemed assembly dedicated to inquiry and innovation. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome you all to day 2 of the International Conference on Sustainable Innovation in Business, Integrating Academia, Industry, AI for Future Resilience, hosted at Jain deemed to be University by Center for Management Studies, Bengaluru, India. Myself, Infancy Reena, Assistant Professor, Center for Management Studies, along with the co-host, Dr. Muhammad Tariq, Assistant Professor, Center for Management Studies, are privileged to be your MCs for the day.
It is our privilege to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished leaders and guests. We convey our sincere regards to our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Chenraj Roychan, whose visionary leadership continues to shape the university's path of excellence and innovation. We also extend our respectful greetings to Dr. Jitendra Kumar Mishra, Vice Chancellor in charge and Registrar, for his steadfast commitment and dedicated services to the institution. As they are unable to be with us today, we warmly welcome them in their absentia for expressing our deep appreciation for their invaluable contributions and continued support. We also extend our respectful greetings to all the principal officers of the university, acknowledging their commitment to academic distinction and institutional growth. We welcome Dr. Dinesh Neelkant, Pro Vice Chancellor, Jain GMT University, and Director, Center for Management Studies. Welcome Dr. Shraddha Kanwar, Chief Academic Officer, Jain deemed to be University. Heartfelt welcome to Sri Ravindra Bhandari, Vice President, JGI Group. Our warm welcome to Mr. Amit Anand, Director, Legal, Adobe, and a warm welcome to Ms. Zinira Ahmed, Finance Analyst, DataClad. We are pleased to share that the conference received an overwhelming response with a total of 271 registrations and 191 research papers submitted through both online and offline modes. We are also proud to note that selected papers will be considered for publication in Taylor and Francis, further strengthening the conference's academic impact and global outreach. Today marks not only the conclusion of conference, but the culmination of ideas, insights, and intellectual synergy that will help shape resilient and responsible futures. The conversations we have shared, the research we have showcased, and the partnerships we have envisioned stand as a testament to our collective commitment to building a future that is ethical, inclusive, and future-ready.
Let us begin this valedictory session with enthusiasm, reflection, and a renewed sense of purpose. It now gives me immense pleasure to invite a distinguished academic leader whose vision continues to elevate institutional excellence. Please join us in welcoming Dr. Shraddha Kanwar, Chief Academic Officer of Jain deemed to be University. Dr. Kanwar has been instrumental in driving transformative academic initiatives that position the university at the forefront of higher education. Ma'am, we request you to kindly give the valedictory address.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. For the next few minutes, 10 minutes, I want everybody's attention. And although the topic is beautiful, it's about sustainable innovation, business, and AI. I want human sort of presence and attention right now, right? So, agreed, everybody, especially at the back? Can I hear a nice yes?
Yes,
All right, fantastic. So, good morning, everyone, and thank you so much, Fancy and Professor, both of you, for setting the context, Dr. Lakshman, for very firmly and very beautifully insisting that ma'am has to come. And it's my honor. Every time I come here, it's the learning that we have, especially when it comes to interacting with the students who are here and the scholars who have been participating in the conference. And of course, all the wonderful faculty members who are here in CMS Lalbagh. It's great to see that you have been consistently organizing multiple events, including today's conference, which is themed around sustainable the words are very important: sustainability, innovation, business, and AI, and how that all gets amalgamated in academia and industry interface. Now, for all of you students, because my interaction I want to have with the youngsters here, you're entering into a very, very interesting world. And while you might be getting intimidated because of the deluge of conversations around, the jobs are changing, etc., let's try and spend a little time about the word change itself, right? Because when we talk about transformation and we talk about change, it's not that life is changing suddenly, right? Change is dynamic, change is a constant, and change has been there. So 4,500 billion years ago, something very fantastic happened. Any guesses? 4,500 billion years ago. Who was here? Come on, make a guess. What could have happened? Yes? Make a guess. Come on, speak. As CMS, students have to be more conversant. I can see some girls that I know, you can speak. What do you think happened for, and don't search now. I said no AI. For 10 minutes, no AI. Then I'll give you an AI question. So what happened around so many billion years ago? What could have happened? Big Bang. Who said that? Very good. There was a big bang. There was a big explosion. And for all of you who have read about it, the Earth as a planet got created because of, and many other planets, entire solar system, etc., got created because of this. Okay. Then 3,700 million years ago, something else happened. What happened? Asteroid? No, that was later. That was when the dinosaurs got extinct. But before that, what happened? So around that time, there was something called a quasarvate, which was created. Have you heard this word, quasarvate? You might not. You're not science students, nor am I, but out of curiosity, I know this. Okay. A quasarvate was the first single-celled living organism. Life took its shape in the form of a single-celled organism somewhere in the Pacific Ocean, somewhere in the water. After that, if you look at evolutionary biology and if you look at the whole aspect of how things have changed, you'll find that from that single-celled organism in water, the first life came in water, not on land. You all know that, right? It then transformed into the other marine organisms like fishes and other things. And then they started evolving into what are called amphibians. What is an amphibian? What is an amphibian? Very good. See, just trying to tell you, you're in a BBA, first year, second year, third year, whatever, but how life is connected because you've studied all this. So you know what amphibians were, right? And then amphibians evolved into reptiles. And then there was something called an Archaeopteryx. Do you remember? Somewhere in 7th, 8th grade, you would have studied this. An Archaeopteryx. Your teachers are much younger than you. Huh? They remember more. Archaeopteryx, who remembers? If I ask you all the currently trending Ghost of Tsushima and all that names, you'll all remember. But who remembers Archaeopteryx? Anyone? No, but okay. So the Archaeopteryx was the connecting link between the reptile and the bird. It had the scales of a reptile, it had the feathers and the wings of a bird. The connecting link was how it evolved into a new creature, a new species. And then, of course, came the mammals, of course, came then the most evolved species. Which is the most evolved species in the on the earth today? Loudly. Humans. Scientific name? Homo sapiens, right? So Homo sapiens and human beings are the most evolved species because they were able to evolve, they were able to adapt. And that's why today, despite we are not the fastest, which is the fastest species? Make a guess, guys. Falcon? The bird, okay. What else? On land? Cheetah, falcon, beautiful. Which is the biggest, strongest land animal? Which is the strongest, biggest animal on land? Yes? Rhinoceros. What else? Come on. Elephant. Why is... these are not very heavy questions. Heavy questions are behind when we talk to you about digital twins and quantum computing and CH3CONA, etc. So answer these questions well. Okay. So what came? Elephant. Are human beings the strongest, most powerful? Yes, no. No. Are we the fastest? Are we the tallest? Are we the most alert? No, but there was something which created a quintessential difference and helped us become the most superior species. What was that? Here, what is it? Intelligence, the brain. Okay, the human brain, because of its malleability, because of its parallel processing abilities, and because of the multiplicity of aspects that we are associated with, gives us the power to think, to ideate. And two facets of human beings, the ability to think and language. Okay, which animal have you heard that speaks in Spanish? Any little squirrel that you've heard sing gracias? No, right? Any bird that you have heard chirping and saying guten Tag, which is German? Or any other animal or species that you've heard speaking in Russian or Hindi or Sanskrit or English? No. But today, as we sit here, each one of you knows not one, not two, but at least three languages. And language itself has created that very finer ability for human beings to become much more superior. And today, that natural language processing has been adopted by a machine. And the machines are using the same concept of language, the syntax, the semantics, and everything to assemble and to produce and to generate what is called ChatGPT. Right? How many of you use ChatGPT? Raise your hands. Okay. What is the full form of GPT? Come on, make a guess. Jenner? What? Yes. Generated, pre-trained? What? Okay, find out. Human beings have been intrinsically very curious and problem-solving species. And if today we are going to be dependent on anybody or anything else not to be able to integrate that ability to ask questions and to be able to respond to those, we will lose our intelligence. So today, as we spend this conference valedictory, which is essentially about you becoming business professionals in the future, you taking up roles. Your roles will be what? Digital evangelist, a strategy architect, growth hacker. Because all the time the buzz is that, oh, we don't have jobs. But the jobs are changing, your roles are changing, what you have to do in the future is changing. And if you're not connected with those realities, that in the population of India, where we have the highest demographic dividend, where maximum people spend time between the age of 18 and 59 in the next 30 years, so you have huge competition. Huge amount of competition of your age group, because in your age group, there is for one job at least 1,000 more people. So you have either the option to become the best in what you do, because obviously you'll have to sustain yourself first, or you have the option to create your own entrepreneurial startup and make it into a big deal. Okay, now this is a reality check. Why? Because when we talk about sustainable innovation, it means that the first thing that we have to focus about in terms of sustainability is you yourself. Are you sustainable today? Are you going to be sustaining yourself in an environment which is hugely volatile, chaotic, and disruptive, and you really do not know what is going to happen tomorrow? So the good thing is that there is a lot of opportunity that you have. From getting into any field, whether you get into manufacturing, you get into finance, you get into banking, you get into any field, there's a huge opportunity because everything is changing. The playing field is very leveled. So nobody is more than the other, except for the person who is more informed, more connected, and more focused on applying their learning. Each one of you can produce the same assignment today. As you sit here, you can just, with a single prompt, 100 people, 100 prompts, 100 answers. And believe me, all of them will be very similar. So the script that you prepare, the answers that you make are not going to make you go ahead in any case. What is going to give you the advantage, that X factor, is your ability to understand and apply. And that's what, my dear friends, we would like you to emphasize as scholars of today and professionals of tomorrow. This is a great time to be in college. It's a great time to be in university, because we are innovating, disrupting, experimenting with wonderful things. And conferences such as these are an opportunity for you to go beyond the boundaries of your classrooms. So everything that is picked up today will only and should only strengthen your understanding of what you have to do in order to sustain yourself. So sustainability in business will come if you have a sustainability of yourself. And that comes with a repertoire of skill sets, a portfolio of competencies, and involved in dynamic projects and dynamic real-time exercises which get converted into research and get converted into tangible research outputs, which will help you to strengthen your futures. As you traverse the journey of what you're doing today, please remember research is emblematic to your existence. And research is obviously a certain part of publishing into a certain paper, but more importantly, it is about how you apply it to solve real world problems and how you create value to your businesses. So tomorrow in the world of work, you will be using simulations. You will be working with digital twins. Tomorrow in the world of work, you will be sitting with robots on your both sides of your workbench. You will be engaging with high volumes of data, and you have to make sense of it. How do you separate the signal from the noise? How do you use your brain intelligently in order to really create an innovative thought process and direction? And that level playing field means that none of you will be freshers as you enter a job role. The hierarchy of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps is now obliterated. The step number 1, you could actually excel and accelerate your growth journeys if you're able to acquire skills and if you're able to expend that knowledge and provide value. In the university, in case you are interested to exploit these skills, in case you want an opportunity to make sure that, yes, I am in first year, I am in second year, I am in third year, but I need to do something more. We welcome you all to reach out to us. Lakshman sir is here. We are starting with many projects where students like you can get associated with building startup ideas. And one of them is in the field of agriculture, which is called Udyan. One of them is in the field of societal impact. And one of them is in the field of quality management. These are the 3 that we have immediately initiated. So should you feel that along with the degree that you acquire, you need to have advanced skills and you need to cross-skill yourselves and upskill yourselves in order to strengthen your overall portfolio and also get an experience to become much more important than who you are today, we will provide you with that opportunity, because conferences such as these will extend opportunities for all of you brilliant researchers and students to do much more. In the end, I would only like to say one thing. Nobody is responsible for your journey other than yourself. And you might have heard this huge amount of times from your parents and your siblings and even your faculty mentors and your teachers. But remember, today as you sit here, you can either plan your future very strategically, very sensibly, and very wisely in order to become something and evolve into even a better version of yourself, or after 3 years feel miserable and feel that, I wish I could have done something more. Opportunities will always be there. You just have to open the door and open the door to great beginnings. This conference is one of those great beginnings, and I wish to congratulate all of you who have submitted the papers and are presenting here and will receive appreciation for their contributions. I would also like to congratulate all the organizers for having conducted this particular event, the student team and everybody who's always there, backstage, front stage, and everybody, our esteemed guests who have come here and who will be sharing their views with the students. and most of all of you, the young workforce of a nation which is going to become the greatest in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for that powerful perspective on roots, research, and leadership. Your words always inspired all of us. Innovation thrives where law, technology, and business intersect. And our chief guest today truly embodies that powerful convergence. We are deeply honored to have with us Mr. Amit Anand, Director Legal at Adobe. Sir is a global legal professional with over 16 years of industry experience. Mr. Anand has successfully managed diverse teams, consistently delivering business enabling legal solutions. Prior to joining Adobe, he has served as Vice President Legal, India Legal Head at the Commonwealth Bank of Australia, where he played a critical role in strengthening regulatory compliance and governance frameworks. His distinguished career also including key positions with Wells Fargo, NTT Data, and EY, where he served as global legal counsels, including India, China, Poland, Spain, Hungary, Sri Lanka, Mexico, and Argentina. A certified privacy professional and a corporate governance professional, Mr. Anand brings deep expertise in data privacy, labor, and employment disputes. Sir, I request you to kindly address and give the special address. Over to you, sir.
Hi, good morning all. I think Avre has already set the benchmark, right? So I'll try to say my views on the topic. See, I think this topic is very relevant right now. So I think we can start with maybe some interaction on this, and then I can share my views. Or do you think we should go about it? Do you really want to start with some interaction, or you really want me to start with my views on top of it? Well, so let's start with an example. Now, just think about a renewable energy company, right? So they want to really scale up their business. They want to do something which is sustainable. What do you think their strategies would be? Anyone in the room? A renewable energy company, they want to scale their business. They want to be sustainable. What do you think their strategy would be? Well, anyone in the room? Okay, let me put a step forward from here. So let's say they come to Jain University and they seek your support on this. What kind of support you can provide to this renewable energy company? Research, right? Because this is the hub of knowledge. This is the hub of critical thinking. So it's very important that they work along with you so that they can gain from the research which you have done and they can learn from it. And then after they are able to learn from your research, they are able to produce, let's say, better solar panels, right? Which is like technology to the next level. That's something they can do. And then finally, what AI can do here. I mean, I know we have been hearing about AI a lot. So can you please, anyone in the room, can you please talk about what AI can do here in this scenario, in this example? Data, right, that's right. So AI algorithms can understand what kind of energy savings is happening because of the new tech, right? So Right now in this example, I brought industry into it, brought university into it, and then AI. So all three together can give you a clear picture about what kind of improvements you can bring in by using this partner setting, right? So my example was more focused on how these three can come together, convergence of AI, industry, and university, how it can actually help you deliver the best innovative solution which is sustainable for the public at large, society at large, right? I hope you understand this example, like how it is fully integrated, right? Well, now what sustainability is all about. So I know, I wanted to first talk about the example, but let's come back to the topic here, which is very relevant. So what sustainability is all about? How many of you have actually gone through these United Nations Sustainable Development Goals? Great. Can you just talk a bit about it, like, or maybe the categories of these goals?
They span about all the different categories like education, water, the poverty, and they're essentially telling you to produce in a manner which is sustainable for the people.
Amazing. Very good answer. Thank you. Well, as he rightly said, these SDGs are put into three different categories: economic, environmental, social. And why so? Because the balance of these three is really important to bring sustainability for anything, whatever we do in our life. We always talk about circular economy, right? I'm sure this term is also very conversant with you all, right? So if you are able to, we talk about, something which can be recycled or not. Why? Because it has really far-fetched impact. And that's why it's very important for all of us to understand exactly, even look at any business from where they procure, what kind of procurement strategy they have, what kind of products they have. And that makes us decide whether we should buy their products or not, isn't it? So today's era is not about, while it is all about technological development, but it's not about only revenues, right? It is much beyond revenue, much beyond profits. Because today consumers also look for the fact that whether they are producing the products which are sustainable or not, isn't it? So at the back, I think Shraddha has done a very good job of putting the benchmark right. So at the back, I would just, maybe if you have questions, please come forward. I would love to, answer your questions, but let's keep this session more as interactive as we can. Well, so I was talking about bringing sustainable solutions using AI. Can anybody in the room talk about any example where you can bring AI, which can help us deliver sustainable products? How AI can help? Well, so AI can give you right insights by predictive analytics. How many of you know this term, predictive analytics? Have you ever heard about AI helping farmers? Do you really think AI only help folks like us who work on technology? Or does it go beyond that? So AI is helping farmers as well, because they can help you understand exactly what kind of crops you can grow in those particular weather, climatic conditions by predictive analytics. So that's where predictive analytics for farmers are so useful here, right? So I think AI has a lot of potential. We have been using it. I'm sure we spoke about ChatGPT, and I think, okay, Shraddha already talked about how many of you are using AI. But my question is a bit different. When you use AI, what do you really find, or how many of you find, these different AI tools you have different from each other? Like if you're using, let's say, ChatGPT, or you are using Copilot, how do you think these are different from each other? Have you ever noticed it? Anyone in the room? Well, do they really use the same set of data? No. Their source of data may be different, or maybe the same as well. The result which they develop, again, may be same or different, depending on what kind of analytics has gone into it, what kind of AI algorithms are written around it, right? So all this comes into picture to give you the desired outcome. And therefore, the question around responsible AI is very important. Now, by the term responsible AI, what do you understand? Can we ask machine to be responsible? Can we ask courts to be responsible? We do, right? Why? Because, so there was one example, I think this is something you must have heard in the past, where they left, two agentic AI bots to talk to each other, right? And they kept talking without intervention. Why? Because there was a lack of guardrails, lack of control. So it's very important that we use right guardrails, right controls to make AI responsible, isn't it? Now, how do you really make AI responsible? By bringing in transparency, fairness into it. And how do you really do that? You need to be considerate about the laws like privacy law, right? The privacy is very important. What kind of data this AI tool is using, from where, what is the source of the data? And then finally, what is the, what kind of algorithms are used so that there is no bias, no prejudice? AI can be dangerous, right? Now think about a situation where you are, I think, spoke about the job market, and I think I'll also touch upon the job market, the fear about AI, and also the, skills part of it. So when I was talking about bias and prejudice, this is something we all need to understand. AI can be dangerous at times. And how do we really avoid such situations where we don't get or don't end up misusing AI? We all use AI, right? But our intention is to just use it for our good, not misuse it. So how do you really do that? It's very important. So again, when you start doing it, you need to have right guardrails in place. Algorithms are written in a way where you don't end up discriminating someone or using data in such a discriminatory manner that it can lead to discrimination and bias. So that's a, I think there is already good amount of development around it. European Union has come up with a law. There are other countries, actually, if you really ask me, in US, there are a lot of states, they are looking at developing laws around AI. California is again leading the states in US, but then definitely days are not far. I think we already have a guidance in place from different regulatory bodies in India. But I think in time to come, you will see that India would also need a law, like the way we have a privacy law right now. So privacy law is like really new in India. Same way, I think we will have a law around AI as well. And we really need that, to be honest, because as I said, there is a probability that, I would say it's very likely that people will start misusing it. So we need to ensure that it is used, not misused. Okay. Now we can also, touch upon the skilling part of it. I think we all are worried about the jobs, right? We all are worried about the opportunities. How many of you believe that AI is going to take away jobs? How many of you believe that AI is going to take away jobs? No one? great. I think we have the same feelings about AI. I'm so glad. Well, AI is going to take away jobs. That's reality. But the other reality is that the other part of it is that AI is also going to generate a lot of opportunities, a lot of jobs. It's more about skill jobs. So there will be a lot of manual jobs which will be taken away by AI, and that's fact. We cannot deny that. So we need to be ready for that, right? If you look at the development which China, US, and other developed nations are making around AI, that's really massive. So we all need to know that in time to come, these manual jobs or even jobs which is like administrative or clerical in nature, that will go away. But what will remain for all of us is that skill job, right? I'm sure you must have heard about developments in robotics. So you know that you will have a assistant, maybe robo assistant very soon, or maybe a professor who is a robo. How about it? Would you love that? You like that? Think about, a robo walking into the room and delivering a lecture for you, answering your questions. I think that's what AI would make possible. But then you will always have a lot of jobs which requires, of course, you need to be conversant with, or you need to be really expert in AI. So AI is the future, and we cannot stay away from it. The only way to, be successful in future is that you start learning more on AI. So I think that's the way forward. Well, we were talking about the topic integrating academic institutions, industry, and AI for future resilience. And I think each of these actors have huge role to play to have a sustainable and resilient future, right? How do you really think that they will be able to come together? It's also about developing the right partnership. So when you start, when I think I spoke about an example when I started this discussion. Why? Because in that example, if you just relook at that example, you'll find that I have tried putting all three actors together. So the future is all about being sustainable. It's not only about revenues. Revenues are important. Profits is going to be always important. But then sustainability is going to take a driver's seat. And that's something we all need to realize. Consumers will start making their choices based on what kind of supply chain you have, what kind of technology what you use, and then finally, what is the product you bring to the table. With these words, I would love to, any question you have, I would love to take. Otherwise, this is what I would like to share with you. And I think all of you are going to be skilled in AI domain. And I'm sure in time to come, you will be able to certainly excel in this domain. Thank you. Any question I would love to take? I take no. I think, oh yeah, please go ahead.
So, sir, how do digital witnesses retain if AI fails to retain oversight, do humans still retain that oversight in situations where AI has already failed, hallucinated, or given wrong data?
Very good question, and I think this is a classic question we all have been asking to ourselves. And I spoke about guardrails, and this is where guardrails are important. So AI can give you a result, whether that is desired result, desired outcome or not. That's something as human we need to decide, and that's why it's very important. And that's why I was saying that AI is going to generate more opportunities for us, because AI is going to make the things easy for us, but it will not be a final product. And therefore, it's important that human intervention is brought into at the right time. We are able to intervene into the results which AI is fetching for us, and then finally fix it or make it or tailor it as the desired results has to be. So that's something we all need to be mindful of. And I think this is where I am talking about. You will have huge amount of opportunities. There is a massive opportunities coming up because of AI. I believe that, of course, there will be job losses, as I said, but then these are the examples where exactly get a lot of opportunities to work on. Thank you. Any other questions?
So, sir, sustainability is becoming really important, and because of that, like a lot of industries will also suffer. So, which industries do you think would suffer or struggle raw due to the implementation of sustainability? Say,
Can you just, I'm sorry, I think last part, yeah, if you have mic, please.
so like sustainability is becoming really, really important, and because of that, a lot of industries are going to struggle in the future. So, what do you think? Which industries would that be that's going to struggle?
I would say all industries will have an impact. Whether they will struggle or not, that I think we cannot foresee right now, but all industries would have impact. And I think we can see it already. Whether it is manufacturing, service, IT, I think IT, we used to think that with AI, IT is going to boom, but that's not the case, right? So all industries are going to be impacted, and therefore it is important for industries to start partnering with universities like you. Plus, they need to adopt AI so that they can move towards a sustainable and resilient future. Any more questions on this? Yeah, please go ahead.
So, sir, I was asking, is your organization crisis architecture ready? Your organizations like that can provide us a more insightful example on what's going on, and of course, related to the whole topic in itself.
Well, so I think see, it's also about what I mean. Because I'm an IT company, I belong to an IT company, and wherever I've worked in the past, it's either a financial organization or IT company. I think certainly we are more focused on reducing our carbon footprints. We are taking very positive steps to ensure that whatever we do, we are very mindful of it. Like, if you really ask about some of the significant steps we have taken, I think we have been very focused about ensuring that whatever we use, it is something we account for. Like if we are traveling and if you are really having huge carbon footprint, we have a strategy to cut down that. So I think these are the few baby steps I would say we have been taking right now. But certainly on AI piece, we have been making significant investments to ensure that we have a very sustainable future. And that's what something we are looking forward to. Thank you. Any more questions? Oh, if there's anything else, I'm around. Oh yeah, please go ahead. Yeah,
So what governance mechanisms are in place to ensure ethical AI adoption?
yeah. So I think I touched upon the responsible AI piece, and I spoke about how best we can be fair, transparent, what kind of data we are using, how do we really avoid any or ensure that there are guardrails to avoid any kind of bias, prejudice. So I think these are the guardrails, these are the governance mechanism which we have been using to ensure that the data which we use is ethical enough. And then finally, AI algorithms are written in a way where we ensure that this kind of hindrance doesn't come. Any more questions? I'm really loving it. Please go ahead.
How to actually build some digital resilience against all these cyber threats in general? How do they build it? Against all the cyber risk and data threats, how does a business build resilience?
I think, see, it's very, I mean, I would say it's very proximate. Your question is really, really close to what the other gentleman asked. So it's again more about putting the right guardrails. And that's how you can, avoid this risk, mitigate this risk, because risk mitigation with regard to AI is so important these days. So we all focus on that, right? So I think this is the way we do. We actually manage this and mitigate this risk. So we have right guardrails. That's I think that's the right answer. Sorry?
If your organization data
I'm thank you. I'm not the spokesperson for the organization, but I can tell you that yes. The answer is yes. It's not only true about my organization, it's true about uh, all other organizations as well. Across the industry, it's the same scenario. We are getting ourselves ready, or we are already on top of it. We know exactly where we are heading to. So we are preparing ourselves well. We know that in time to come, maybe 5 years from now, AI is going to really make a huge difference in terms of the workforce which we have, the kind of work which we do. So I think, of course, we are getting ready. Thank you.
Okay, I have a question. And how the leadership mindset which we have in foster, it helps in fostering the sustainability of talent.
Great question. Thank you so much, Basaki, for asking this. I think, and I was maybe I have touched upon it during my discussions as well. But then, from leadership standpoint, it's very important that we are able to identify the risk which we are, running with, and every organization are in the same boat right now. We all know that there are certain risks with AI into it. We need to mitigate those risks. So it's very important that as leadership, we have a clear view to the risks. We have a mitigation strategy around it, and then there are residual risks on which we take informed decisions. I think this is the job of leadership. I think I can maybe use an example here. So let's say we know that with AI, we are going to make a huge difference in terms of the work which we do, right? And thereby, we may have to downsize the team, right? But how do we really go? I mean, from leadership standpoint, it's very important. How do we really go about it? Do we really fire those people? Answer is no. We upskill them. So that's where leadership intervention is so important. We really upskill those employees who can understand, I mean, or maybe who has a desire to understand AI and then, use AI for better future of the organization. And I would say when I talk about organization, it's also about industry and society at large. Thank you so much. And it was really interactive. Thank you. And it was a pleasure to speak to you today. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir, for that thought-provoking address. Your insights into governance and innovation truly resonate with the theme of future resilience. Every conference is enriched by voices that decode global trends into actionable intelligence. To honor our esteemed chief guest, may I now request Professor Dr. Supriya, Center for Management Studies, to kindly come forward and felicitate the speaker as a token of our appreciation. I also request Mr. Amit Anand to join us on the dais.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Our next speaker is a visionary leader whose contributions to education and institutional growth have been truly transformative. It is my honor to invite Sri Ravindra Bhandari, Vice President of the JGI Group. Sir has decades of experience in institutional leadership and strategic development. He has played a pivotal role in expanding the group's academic footprint and strengthening its reputation for excellence. His forward-looking approach has enabled the integration of innovative governance models, quality assurance practices, and student-centric policies. He has consistently upheld value-based education, ensuring that academic growth is complemented by ethical leadership, social responsibility, and global citizenship. Sir's leadership philosophy bridges strategic governance with academic empowerment, a rare and powerful combination. By fostering industry partnerships, encouraging research-driven initiatives, and promoting holistic student development, he has helped create dynamic learning environments that prepare students to excel in an increasingly complex and competitive world. So, we request you to share your valuable insights with us.
Respected dignitaries, all participants, my faculty colleagues, researchers, people from industries, and all my dearest students. Good morning to all of you. Good morning. Energy nahi hai? Huh? Good morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir.
I don't see anybody who is older than me, but still that energy is not there. Okay, fine. At the outset, I will take excuse from all of you because I was supposed to come at 9 or 9:30, but I could not make it. I'll tell you the reason also. And why I am here also, that also I'll tell you. Yesterday, I was in our Kanakpura campus. We are doing 2 days hackathon. You know, the hackathon is 24/7. And we had the teams from across the country, from all 28 countries. Again, it was a industry-driven hackathon. So when I got a reminder call from Lakshman that tomorrow that international conference closing is there, Valedictory is there, you have to come. I said, my dear friend, I am in Kanakpura. It is an hackathon 24/7. It will be late when I reach my home. And also, tomorrow morning, I have scheduled the interview process for the recruitment of faculty. So it may not be possible for me to come. When I told that, the energy in which he has called me to attend, it was not there when he heard from me. Then my conscience did not permit. I thought that yes, I should attend, squeeze my time, I should attend this valedictory. So I think that because for the reason that I know that arranging an international conference, how much efforts the team has put and how much time and energy they have put. For me only, I have to reschedule my engagements. So then I requested the HR department that kindly postpone the interview process by half an hour. So that is how I am here. I'm extremely thankful to Lakshman also for having reminded me. I think a lot of deliberation might have happened in this international conference on integration of industry, academia, and AI. I think during the conversation or the interaction, the speakers, experts might have told what are all the benefits of having this integration. I will not dwell on that, but I will tell you, if you don't do that, what will happen? One classic example I will tell you. You know today how satellite works. And if the satellite doesn't work, what will happen? What will happen? Morning when you get up, what you do? First thing, you will see your mobile, right? What message? Who has he posted in the Instagram, right? LinkedIn, you want to see the LinkedIn, but it is not working. Then you will try to contact your friend or your parents. No network, not working. Then next thing is getting breakfast. No apps are working, you know. If every app is not working, where will get the breakfast? That will not happen. Then you have to come to college. You have to book a cab. No app. Or even if you are engaging a vehicle, you have to pay for that amount. ATM is not working. So what will happen? If satellite is not there, just imagine what will happen. We will go back to Stone Age. What was happening in the Stone Age, that will happen. Right? So like that, if these three are not integrated, we will go back to Stone Age only. So that is the importance of industry, academia, and the AI. Realizing that, particularly in our university, we have gone for industry connected. We have today almost 151 MOUs with the industries. All our courses, almost all courses are integrated with the industry. You name any corporate, any industry, like maybe Tata Technology, maybe TCS, maybe Siemens, maybe GUI, maybe IBM, maybe PwC, maybe E&Y, you name any industries, we have a tie-up or we have a MOU with them. For the reason that when our students come out of the college, they must be future ready and industry should accept them. That is the reason why we have done it. Why it is required? Because this is the only thing which bridges the gap between the academic and industry. Industry requirement, industry depends on academics, academics depends upon industry. How industry depends upon academics? See, for example, industry wants a new product. New product has to come from the innovation. And innovation has to come from research or from the academics. Right? So for that, industry has to depend upon academics. Academics, how that academics has to depend on industry? For doing research, we may be requiring a specialized equipments. Who has to do that equipments? It is only industry. And these are all complementary, I am telling you. For that, because today, the innovation and technology, they are the growth engine. They are the future of the country. And unless and until this gap between the practical and the theory, if it is not big, the progress may be not to the expected level. So I must thank our CMSP school, CMS Lalbagh campus for having arranged this international conference, calling the experts of the experts, and very relevant topic has been selected for this international conference. I hope that a lot of researchers are here, my students are there, industry persons are there. Definitely this conference might have benefited them, and there may be a lot of takeaway from this conference. With regard to AI, I'll say only one word. Whether AI can replace teachers? Never. Yes. It is only, in my opinion, as a layman, I can, yes, it is only two, it is an aid. But it will be a co-teacher. It will enable the teacher to deliver in a better way. For example, we say that all our education institutions, we say that it's a temple of knowledge. This temple of knowledge then build the culture, then social and emotional activity. This cannot, I don't think it can completely come from AI. Teacher has to be there. One small example I will tell and I will close it. You know, I think most of us are using the Google Map, right? So if you tell that I have to go to Jayanagar, Google Map will show what is the direction, which is the direction where we have to go. Whether AI will decide where I have to go, will it decide or not? No, you know. So like that, AI cannot replace the human mind at all. I will tell you, my dear friends, it cannot replace the teacher at all. But it definitely it can be a complementary for the teacher. So nothing to worry about the AI also. But only thing is, since AI is there, we have to adapt that technology. It is required for survival also. Today I was seeing the news saying that it may reduce the employment opportunity to the extent of maybe 20-25% only. Rest of this one, it is for the people to reskill themselves to adopt that AI to complement their work. It is so maybe for not only for academics, it is even for the industry also. You see, yesterday I was there in one of the conference where avionics, you know, how the flights are operating. Today, all flights are operated automatically. How many of you are knowing that? Suppose if a flight starts from Bangalore to New York, maybe 18 or 20 hours, what the pilot does, he will not have the steering at all. Once it takes off means he will just monitor the screen. That's all he will do. Automatically it goes. All these are through AI only, you know. So all these are complementary. What I mean to say is that all these industry and academics and or academia and the AI or the technology, it has to work, it has to be integrated, then only there will be 100% growth we can see everywhere. So once again, my compliments to all the people who are involved in arranging this conference, and my best wishes to all the participants also. Thank you for your patience hearing. God bless all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for a powerful perspective on research and leadership. Your realistic and logical approach always inspires us. To honor Sri Ravindra Bhandari, sir, I now request Professor Dr. Lakshman, sir, to felicitate. I request the dignitary to be on dais. Thank you, sir. It is now my privilege to introduce Ms. Zanira Ahmed, finance analyst at DataClett, India. Ms. Ahmed specializes in analyzing financial performance, evaluating risk, and optimizing strategic decision-making for IT consulting clients. Her expertise lies in integrating financial intelligence with technology-driven solutions, enabling organizations to make informed, data-backed decisions in a rapidly evolving digital economy. She has been at the forefront of bridging finance with innovation by monitoring project economics, aligning budgets with business objectives, and leveraging advanced analytics to drive sustainable growth. Beyond her professional role, she is a sought after speaker at a professional forum where she engages audiences on the intersection of finance, technology, and future of work, translating complex financial trends into practical insights. I once again welcome you, ma'am, and the podium is all yours.
Morning, everyone. To begin with, I would say that's a beautiful introduction for me. Thank you so much. And that's absolutely generous of you people. And before I start off, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the people who invited me to this phenomenal event, and to the university and to my former professor who's sitting right here. And I would forever be grateful for that. And to begin with, I would say that the hall is filled with industry pioneers and esteemed scholars, and also the fellow change makers who would be the future of AI integrated world. Is that what I would like to address? Because that's all we are. Though I'm into industry, I have just stepped in. I'm just like one of the students that's present in here. So let me begin with a short story. So when the winds of change blew, some built walls while the other built windmills. Today, we're not just facing gusts, but we're already navigating towards a full-blown tempest, because we're at the risk of market jittery. The supply chains are stretched thin. And towards all of the thing, technology is evaluating. More than that, it is moving in a fast pace that we could barely blink on. So amidst all of the chaos, I believe that there lies a rare opportunity for building the rare innovations and opportunities that builds the walls of windmill by resilient innovation and sustainability. So we're not just merely here to talk business today, but also to reimagine its very own DNA. So hi, this is Zanira here. I'm the finance analyst. And today I would like to take you all on a journey from the dusty ledgers of yesterday to the green innovations of tomorrow. Let's just understand what the concept finance is about. Finance is something that started off by a trading activity, later turned out to be a huge evolution. So it started, let's say that it started from a barter system type, something that you give and you take something in return. And later it moved on to the utilizations of metal coins. Then with the metal coins, there came the ledger which are reported. So those kind of ledgers were something that is scribbled under the help of a candlelight. Fast forward to this 20th century, we were introduced to the spreadsheet. Spreadsheet in the sense, it gives us the put together report, and every other thing has to be manually entered. And came the stock tickers as well. But right now we're living in the modern era, which gives us the idea about how AI integration comes in and AI help us, to understand the concept of market trends. And in fact, it helps in securing blockchains, something that trillions of dollars involved, and also ESG scores that has never been optional, because in fact, they are considered to be the new profit metrics that is on trend. And if you see the evolution, the profession has taken a turn from being the bean counter to the world changer. And if I have to talk about more on it, I would say the future evolution of finance would be great. Something that I would like to be clear about here is, I would be talking on the more advantageous sides of the AI, because I believe that AI is highly efficient and it can be helpful for the better education of tomorrow. And also, let us just imagine that what would a finance department look like down 20 years or 10 years, maybe? Because if imagine that way, there wouldn't be any stacks of printed materials that's resting on a corner, or a time-consuming accounting spirals that sits on a dusty edge. Or you have to wait until the quarterly reports have to arrive in order to understand the performance. And also, you don't have to wait for in order to compile the numbers where it shows the decision can already be taken. Imagine intelligent dashboards that derives all the real-time data and also present it to you. Also, these kind of alerts can also be set into it, where it gives a alert to each and every finance people even before the crisis unfold. And also, it imagine a sustainability metrics sitting right next to profitability metrics. These are not just mere points that I'm addressing to. I believe that these could be a core indicator for a successful financial career. And also, AI being a new co-pilot with a lot of modern tools, all the data science people who've been talking about large language modules and retrieval augmented generation, all of these are utilized in finance as well. They were used for analyzing the data and also it conserving it. Let's take, for instance, let's take agentic AI. It is an automated system that makes decision and not just prediction. And we are entering to the realm of where financial strategies can become adaptive at the same time anticipatory. So let me walk you all through a real-time example for sure. So imagine a tiny chip that's inbuilt in you that makes you, even if you are a paralyzed people, you get the chance to move the cursor with your mind. Isn't it amazing? But it is existing now. I'm not talking of, most of you might know, but I'm talking about the Neuralink, which is built by the Elon Musk tech. He in fact implanted this nano chip into 20 real-time patients, and they can even play video games, they can write letters, they can do all sort of computer activities just by thinking on it. So it kind of gives a powerful fortune to the people who are disabled. So it started like a planting of seed. So right from 2016, it's been started growing with the fund of 400 crores. On seeing how efficient it is and how it is helpful for the people, investors barged in and they've been pouring out a lot of money on it, where it skyrocketed to 1.25 lakhs of crores. So I personally think that wealth explosion could happen if there is an ethical sensitivity that's present in it. Just like how you help the disabled people by building out something phenomenal, and definitely you're going to be a lucrative firm at the end. So that's what sustainability and ethics comes into place, I think. And moving forward, I would say that finance is never going to disappear, but it is a field that's going to see a lot of evolution, and the evolution can be done in three profound ways. One of them is, let's assume that these finance analysts are taking a shift or moving from analysts to architects, because as far as financial analysts were taught and they were trained just to analyze the data, they were just trained to see something and give an output. But then for the future analyst, it would be different. Future analysts might get a chance to architect their own professional learnings. So far, all the financial analysts were interpreting the data, they validate all the compliance, they come up with their own idea. Also, they tell what already existing in the sheet. But then in the future, they get a chance to build capital structure growth, and also it is integrated with how it can be resilient to the climatic changes, and also it can also be efficient enough to design some AI related financial dashboards with not just adapt to the volatility, but also it create a less reaction to it. So in the upcoming decade, I believe accounting knowledge will not be enough. In order to understand data science, we have to be aware of the data. We must understand environmental economics because climate change would be a financial risk. We need to understand ethical AI governance because where there is AI intelligence, but there is no accountability, it is going to be highly hazardous for the people. And finance will no longer be reporting, it will engineer the resilience. Second of all, I would say that we're living in a real-time ecosystem decision. And let me ask you all a question. How many business still awaits for their quarterly reports to arrive just to make a strategic decision? No one, right? Because that era has been passed because market shift overnight nowadays. Because if you choose to wait, definitely the wait is going to be highly costly for you. So in a world where financial systems were fluctuating, the next generation will no longer be waiting for the cycle-wise quarterly reporting. They will be going on a continuous pace. AI-powered generation boards will update dynamically based on the global signals, and the risk exposure will also be diagnosed based on the liquidity position in real time. And also for the ESG performance will also be converted into operational data based on the data how it flows in. So I would say that finance became dynamic. The strategy also sharpens its way. Third, and most importantly, I would like to say that human and mission collaboration is what that is going to happen for sure. That is going to take over. Because there is a common fear that has been induced upon each of us that AI would be replacing us. AI would steal all our jobs. But I personally think that I hardly believe in those perception actually. Because when I get into the industry, AI is the only tool that helped me to work efficiently. Not that I give the data to AI and it give me the report just like I want it. I tailor-made according to what I wanted to present. And also, I would take you on a metaphorical story, which will lies within me because one of my boss told me this. There lived a series of donkeys, which has been owned by a master. The master had been constantly giving works and taking care of him. And they were also delivering the job as it is told by the master. But then technological evolution took place and he bought a lot of tractors in them. After getting the tractors, all of the animals were scared. They were whispering to themselves, will I be replaced by all the tractors that have been purchased? So one of them approached the master and asked if I be replaced by the tractors, and the master simply replied, you will not be replaced by the tractors, but the one who will not learn how to drive it will always be replaced. So the entire story is not about the donkey or the master. It's about us. The person who failed to operate AI will no longer survive in this industry. It's what it says. And moving forward, I would like to highlight that the real risk is not technological evolution. The real risk is that we fail to evolve with the technology because the one who thrive in it, even in academia, even in industry, even in any other field, the person who is ready to learn will always be the winner. So at the same time, I would say that it's remarkably true that AI is replacing us. It can extract data as fast as it could do, and it can make basic reports and generate a lot of forecasting that we usually do. But what I personally think that ethical reasoning and ethical judgments will not be done by AI. And it also creates an uncomfortable reality that AI is replacing some of the tasks. But I personally believe that it's not replacing some of the tasks. It's just giving out, eradicating all of the monotonous tasks that we do on a routine basis. But then it creates a lot of platforms for humans. The judgment cannot be replaced by is it cannot automate any reconciliation statement. It cannot do any creativity that brings by the touch of a human mind. And we cannot barely rely on something that gives something that algorithm basis. a human mind's ability to convert the numbers into narratives is something exponential. And before we dive deep into it, I would like to address my story because I think that I would be a living proof that academia and industry could be bridged with the right amount of immersion. I come from a pretty developed town because I know that exposures are um, not very vivid, and the opportunities were steady, but it was exposures were scarce there. And I happened to earn my master degree there. And by doing my master degree there, I thought just by theoretical memory, I can just excel into the industry or jump into the industry just like that. And just like any other student, I learned economics, corporate accounting, cost accounting, basically all of the disciplines of the financial terms. But then when I was actually searching for a job, it demanded terms like crypto volatility, AI forecasting, and ESG performance mandates. So these were terms that I was not even heard of or did not find in my syllabus because I was introduced to textbooks from the late 50s and 60s. And not that it wasn't present in it, but then I was not into any practical exposure to it. So it was really uncomfortable at the beginning because I was piled up with a lot of rejection because I couldn't make or landed in a MNC based job because everyone who comes out, they wanted to get into an established or a very big company jobs, but I couldn't make it. But then somehow when I turned to manage to get into an industry, what I learned was none of the theoretical memories will be rewarding. The one that I was personally learned was applied understanding and practical learning will only be helpful for us. So when I started out, I wanted to do something which is critical. That is, I want to unlearn the rigidity that I, stocked up so far. So I wanted to get comfortable with saying that I do not have the perfect data, but then I can build a reasonable module to you. So it gave me the confidence to interpret incomplete informations and land up to something that's just really sound decision. And I was overwhelmed at the beginning because the doubts and the kind of client expectation which are thrown upon me was really huge, and I couldn't face at the beginning. But then when I happened to face the financial challenges of a real world, none of it were as compared to the one that I practiced in my textbooks. It was really entirely apart. That's what I would say. Subsequently, what I would like to address is that growth will not happen in a place where there is a comfort circle. When you build a comfort circle upon you, it will never happen. And I would also wanted to address a series of learning that I learned from my very first job that I got. So when I was offered my very first job, I thought it would be just another job where I'd be doing just automated transaction will be there and I have to enter it. That's it. But then in reality, I was thrown into a company where it stretched me to the end to bring out unit economic is something that per unit rate, what would be the revenue? It has to, measure the profitability of how each and every investment is deriving profit to you. So, for example, if you're doing an online cake business, each cake has to derive profit to you. The making of the cake must be, the sales rate must be higher than the making cake, so that you will yield profit for every other cake that you sell. So that's how I learned what's unit economic module is. So I learned to do it for my foreign clients, where we were doing tracking all the bills and how many hours they do, and for different clients and in different dollars. And I also happen to curate a utilization module as well. Utilization module is something for the employees who are present in our company, because utilization is something for the range of things they are doing. They have been introduced to the projects. All the projects, they are doing a lot of activities in it. So for all those activities, they have to be deriving some sort of complaints, like a benefit out of it. So my boss said, let's put this into picture, because the people who are working in our company should feel that they are being given a fair and justice for the work that they do. So in each and every contract, we will have a percentage to each and every people, where they will be entitled to receive an eligible bonus. So you have to curate according to it. You have to constantly monitor how many hours they're working against the available hours that's present in here. And that was also quite interesting at the beginning while I was learning. And fast forward to what my company says, and what I'm very fascinated about is its commitment towards nourishing the early talents. Because when I came in, I was like, I knew nothing. That's what I would say. I was very much prone to the textbooks, and something that all of the practical things were entirely new to me. But then each and every activity is not something that they gave me a manual, or do this and that, or someone who is on a team leader or something, that they transfer every other Excel sheet to me and they will ask me to do it. None of these were happening. Everything, every other Excel, every other dashboards and decks, on a monthly basis, I was asked to do a financial deck, so that we can analyze the year over year profit. All of the things were, independently done. Not that I'm bragging about it, but then the core purpose of me addressing is, there are a lot of students who are present in here. I don't know if you are all aware of the market standards and what are the things they would be asking if you're into a company who would be yielding more from you, because they're not just asking you to do or assign tasks that would be informative for them, but also for you and your growth as well. So I would say that finance will not be operating as just a single department. Just as I said, I would be listing 7 to 8 different tasks that I've been doing in different sectors. And all of the things are like a control tower that's connecting in, like a knighted web. You come across every other cash transaction, everything will be comes into the regulatory, the statutory compliance, the payroll, and all of the revenue tracking, everything. So the perspective of me changed here, and the analytical skill boosted up, and I happen to tackle all the challenges independently. So what do we do as industry pioneers, fellow change makers and students who are coming out? I have a lot of insights for you students as well. So I would say that don't just wait for your graduation to end, because waiting until graduation and facing the real world would be more shocking and awakening to you, because you hardly wanted to handle it, because there are so many times while I was preparing in my company, I would think that I'm no more fit in this company, because just because I couldn't understand the concept and I couldn't make it for a period of 2-3 hours, it will be so frustrating for me. So in order to come out of that phase, and be confident about yourself. I would say start learning all the financial tools that are given to you. I would say start putting together a financial module, start deriving the DCF modules. I don't know if you're aware of it, but then there's a lot of Udemy courses that's available which can teach you how the DCF module can be built. And I also recommend you to start learning about data visualization with tools like Power BI and Tableau. I don't know if you people are already given the chance to read or given by the university to train on it. But then if it does, it just make use of it, because none of the things were thrown to me. None of the things were shown to me while I was reading, because my course was entirely about how you have to take good score and leave out of the university. So I would also advise you to grasp AI fundamentals. Let's just say that use ChatGPT for instance. Just ChatGPT or Perplexity Pro, you can just take up and you can render a profit and loss account from a fellow institution or fellow company that you know. You can just take their real time data and drive a portfolio out of it. So by doing that, you can analyze or you can evaluate yourself. Where do you stand in the industry, or where can you pull a profession as such? And it makes you feel good as well, because when I solved at the beginning, it felt like as if I debugged the code. Though I was not someone from the engineering or data analytics field, it gave me that kind of pleasure. So I would also say that address tally, QuickBooks, these kind of stuffs, you have student version in it. You can make use of it to learn more and be proactive, not just to procrastinate. So by addressing all of the things that I learned and I knew about sustainability, innovation, and ethics, I would leave you with this, because the future won't be written by those who fear on it, but those who dance with it. And we have the tools, we have the talents, and we have the tendency. And why fear? Let's just operate and learn everything. So let's not build walls of resistance, but just build windmills, so that we will be into innovation, sustainability, and more. And let's not be afraid of disruptions. And let's just turn all the disruption into directions and be the heartbeat of sustainable innovation. And thank you so much for having me.
Ma'am, I have a doubt. Thank you for bringing that note, K. Whatever the cost accounting, corporate accounting, the subjects what you mentioned,
Yes.
and still we are following 56 days. We are thankful to the Jain University that majority of syllabus what we are covering here, it is related to the latest, for example, data visualization, Power BI, Tableau. So we have all these things. From your side, how can we bring that transformation in academics with related to latest what is required in the company or in the corporate world, bridging the gap what we are learning in the classroom, and how can we bring more connected topics into academics according to you?
I would say that instead of doing random internships, you can just approach a company. I would definitely say not to go for an established one, because the established ones do not give you the confidential details. When you go and approach a startup company, there wouldn't be anyone to do all this activity. So they would just give you hand over the details and you can practice upon it. So that could be one of an aspect. And another thing I would say that practice, because practice is the only way you can learn all of the things. And also, in order to retrieve real-time data, I think you can use Yahoo Finance. Yahoo Finance is the initial point which I was doing. In Yahoo Finance, you can derive data. For example, if you wanted to see the profit and loss statements or the year-over-year profits of LinkedIn or any other company, you can retrieve from it and you can have practice upon it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. With that note, can we collaborate with your company since our vice president is here?
Yeah, of course, of course.
That will be helpful to our
That would
students.
be that would be great pleasure that I bring to my company.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for that insightful keynote. Your focus on data-led sustainability and AI-driven business intelligence adds tremendous value to academic and industry dialogue. To honor our esteemed speaker, may I now request Sri Ravinder Bandari, Sir, Vice President, JGI Group, and Dr. Shakti Kamalnathan Sambasivam, Assistant Professor, to kindly come forward and felicitate the speaker as a token of our appreciation. I also request Ms. Zanira Ahmed to please join us on the dais. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, behind every research paper lies months, sometimes years, of rigorous study, revision, and resilience. It is now time to recognize academic excellence. We now proceed with the Best Paper Awards, celebrating outstanding research contributions that reflect originality, methodological strength, and relevance to sustainable innovation. I now request Dr. Lakshman sir and team to announce the results.
Who's that idiot? Show you a civic sense seminar hall.
Morning, everyone. It's an immense pleasure to give the Best Paper Award for the 2 days international conference, what is being hosted by Jain University Center for Management Studies. And we'd like to thank the entire principal office and the management for supporting us for making this event a huge success. Okay, winning and losing, it's been there for any particular conference, and it's one of the milestone what every individual coming from the different parts of the who contributed for our conference. We have got more than 200 plus paper mints. It's not a small job. It's all because of you people. Thanks a lot and a big clap for your work. Okay, now it's to honor the Best Paper Award. Okay, the Best Paper Award category, we have Mr. Ahan Chatterjee. Ahan Chatterjee for the paper title Regulating the Marketing of Energy Dense Nutrition Poor Food to Children's Implementation for Responsible Consumption and Production under SDG 12. I'd like to call upon Bandari sir and the keynote speaker to hand over the appreciation. Followed by Suhani Agarwal and Roshna Thomas. So please be here, sir. The next Best Paper Award, Mr. Anand 3, Ms. Sushmita D, and Mr. Hemant. Paper title Sustainable Business Adoption to Crisis Communication. The next paper award goes to Dr. T. Mohana Sundaram, Mr. Rajendra P., Dr. S. Satyanarayana, Mr. Prerna Ramesh. The paper title, The Effectiveness of AI-Driven Sustainability, Nudges on Pro-Environmental Behavior, an Empirical Study on Adults in Bangalore.
15.
Thank you. The next category of Best Award goes to Dr. Rakesh Kumar Bajaj, Ms. Sanvi Bajaj. The paper title on Deep-Rooted Analysis of Racial Preference in Technological Corporate World. Is it there? Now we go upon to the next category of award, Best Presenter Award. Okay, thanks a lot for the organizing committee to give a recognition for the presenter for this international conference. We have Dr. J. Srinivasan, Mr. Adarsh G. The paper title AI-enabled neuromarketing in e-commerce, fostering ethical and sustainable digital and consumer engagement. To present the next set of award, I call Amit sir to join on stage along with our Vice President sir. Dr. Sarala KS, Ms. Megha N, paper title, Exploring the Role of Green Startup in Employment Generation of Karnataka State. Is it there? Okay. Thanks a lot for all the winners. Okay. Now I like to call upon the entire organizing committee to collect the appreciation certificate from our beloved Vice President and the keynote speakers on the stage to please honor our effort by giving an appreciation certificate along with a memento. Okay, the man of the match, the behind the entire international conference from the past 3 months, the convener of the conference, Dr. Shakti Kamalnathan Subramaniam Sambashivam, they will be okay. We have the next award to our organizing committee co-convener of the international conference, Dr. Keshav Kula. The next certificate of appreciation goes to the co-convener, Dr. Raghavendra GS.
Harsh, दादा है तू?
The last certificate, the man who's reading the name, Dr. Lakshman Kumaresh. All because of their Now hand over the mic to my MC.
Congratulations to all the awardees. Your scholarship exemplifies the spirit of inquiry and excellence that this conference stands for. Distinguished guests and delegates, over these 2 days, we have not merely discussed sustainable innovation, we have collectively advanced it. We arrived as speakers, scholars, industry experts, and participants. We leave as a collaborators in a shared mission toward resilient futures powered by academia, industry, and AI. As we approach the formal conclusion of this 2 days international conference, gratitude becomes our most important expression. I invite Dr. Raghavendra GS, Assistant Professor, Center for Management Studies, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning to the respected principal officers, HODs, chief guests, esteemed speakers, delegates, participants online and offline, and my dear fellow colleagues. It gives me a privilege to present vote of thanks on behalf of the organizing committee for this remarkable international conference on sustainable innovation in business, integrating academia, industry, and AI for future residents. First and foremost, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest, principal officers, session chairs, paper presenters online and offline, who share their valuable research and insight, making this academic journey both meaningful and memorable. Your contribution have truly elevated the stature of this event. We would also like to thank and recognize the contribution or efforts of organizing committee, technical team, H&L team, behind the scene, ensure that every session ran effectively and efficiently. Our gratitude also goes to our partners and institutional collaborators for their consent, support, and trust in this endeavor. Finally, to all the delegates and participants, your active engagement, thoughtful questions, and enthusiasm have made this conference a vibrant platform for the global learning and connections. As we conclude, let us carry forward the spirit of collaboration and shared purpose that has brought us together. May the idea exchange here continue to inspire research papers, partnerships, and innovation beyond the conference. Thank you all once again, and we look forward to meet you at our next international conference. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, sir. I now request all to kindly rise for the national anthem. May I request the technical team to play the national anthem.
Himachal Yamuna Ganga Uchala Jala Sikaranta Tava Shubha Name Jage Tava Shubha Ashisha Mage Lage Tava Jaya Gatha Jana Gana Mangala Dayaka Jaya Himata Bhagya Vidata Jaya He, Jaya He, Jaya He, Jaya 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 He.
Kindly be seated. On behalf of the organizing committee, we thank you all for your presence, participation, and intellectual contributions.
With gratitude and warm regards, we thank you for being a wonderful audience and for contributing to the success of this conference. This is Infancy Reena, Assistant Professor, Center for Management Studies, along with
Dr. Muhammad Tariq, Assistant Professor, Center for Management Studies, signing off.
Wishing you all travels and continued success in all your future endeavors. Kindly assemble for a group photo in the reception, followed by a high tea. Thank you so much.